Hey guys, Joe here, and here we are to talk about the Splash-O-Matic, one of the many new DLC weapons, and one of the DLC weapons, and there's a lot of more DLC weapons to come. But let's just talk about this weapon. This is a very strong weapon. It's very similar to, exit it out on accident, it's very similar to the Splattershot Jr., except for one main thing, which is that the fire rate, not really fire rate, that the way it shoots a lot more straight. It doesn't really shoot all wonky right and left. It shoots very straight and is very focused if you read the description. Very good, and it's very good if you have a good aim. Has very high fire rate, so you can use it similarly to an Aerospray MG. You can get a lot of ground, you can get a ton of points. It's very good in that way. Also, it has decent damage. It's not the best, but it's a little bit higher than some of these other weapons, or just about the same. One of the lower damages, but with the high fire rate, you can kind of make up for that. And the range is kind of bad, but at the same time, it does shoot completely straight forward, so that's okay. Now, something that I really like about this weapon is that it does have the suction bombs, and then the bomb rush. Now, these things, I do think, are a little bit better than the time bombs, because you can't just throw them onto the platform of the ranked, and then it'll wait a little bit, and then it'll hit exactly where you want it to hit. And the bomb rush is, of course, just an okay one, because you can rush the bombs really easily. You can just get the opponent's points really easily, and this is a very good ranked weapon. It's also a very good turf war weapon because you can get a ton of points just getting all the ground. So overall, it's a very strong weapon. One of the funner weapons in the game in my opinion, but let's get started on what you should have. So of course, as always, I'm going to go over these. Now the first thing, I think you should have Ink Saver on your sub weapon, and as always you can have as many or as little of these as you want. Just more become better, and also your primary slots are a lot better than your secondary slots, but Ink Saver will allow you to use suction bombs a lot more, which are very good in ranked, as I said before. Now in the other game mode, you probably won't be using this as much, so you can just go for something like Ninja Squid, which you'll always go for. So let's go to the next thing, run speed up. Of course, this is very good on everything, and I don't choose swim speed up because a lot of times you'll be running with this, trying to get all the ground, just trying to get into the opponent's base, just trying to kill them with your very accurate shots. And finally, I have the Ink Saver up, which is just one of the better things. Ink Saver is very good on this weapon, or the other version, which is Ink Recovery up, because you can just get a lot of stuff on the ground. You can just really easily get your hands on this weapon. You can really easily get the ground, just cover everything, and really what you'll focus on is either covering all of the ground in regular mode, or just kind of covering where the opponent's trying to get to you in ranked, so the opponent really can't get to you. But first off, let's look at this thing's range. So it shoots, a decent range. Let's see, right up here. It's an okay range, it's not way too bad. A really nice thing though is that it does kill if you hit the opponent. It does kill very easily, and it kills easily. And also you can once again spaz out in the air. It'll get a lot of the ground. You can shoot towards the ground, kind of do this little jumpy thing like a lot of people do. It jumps, and you'll get the ground really fast. It does do a lot of damage. See, when I use it like this, it kills a lot faster than many weapons in the game. And yeah, just gets a lot of ground. It's just a very overall good weapon. If you want to play a thing like the Splattershot Jr. but with a little bit more accuracy, then this is probably the choice for you. It does not have the bubble, of course, but sometimes you just can't have the bubble. So let's go over the secondary now. You'll be throwing out one of these bad boys. You can, of course, see where it shoots. Now, a big problem about this is that it does take up quite a bit of your ink, so you can't use two unless you get a lot of ink sub weapon plus, or ink sub savers. But, it's an okay weapon. You can just throw it onto the ranked place. You can throw it onto the ranked battlefield you want to control, and it'll be okay. But the nice part is that, of course, you can get this, and then you can just throw out a crap load of these things, throw them all the way around. It'll get, well, not the walls, but it'll get a lot of the ground, and you can see on the walls, just cover a ton of space. One of the faster covering things in the entire game, and you can just throw out a lot. And throw it on the ground, throw it on the wall. Just get the point. This game, this weapon is very good in ranked, and it's just good on the other game mode. So now I'm going to actually get into a gameplay match of this. I'll be able to show you exactly how to use this weapon, Tongue Twister, and that right in a second. Okay, so here we are back on one of the brand new maps in the game, so it's a very fun map and goes just with this weapon. So I'll be showing you how good this weapon is. Now, of course, this is a DLC weapon, so you just have to download the DLC and you'll be able to buy it. Let's wait for this little thing to load, and I'll just be showing you what you can do with this weapon. I may win, I may lose, I don't know. This is live, so hopefully this will load, Bluff. Yeah, whatever, just load. Oh, this is the annoying thing about Splatoon. And I have 2 disconnects. Get friggin' Reggie. Okay, so I'm not even gonna leave. I'm just gonna show you what you can do with this weapon. Of course, I am going to lose 2 disconnects. I'll try my best, but yeah, you can't win. Sometimes you just have to give up. But you can get the ground very easily. You can go through these platforms. And if you do have the Ink Saver, or you just have some more Ink Plus, you can get all these things. You can throw this out. And if I can get some more of this, kill the opponent. Here we go. And now I have my secondary chart, or not my secondary, I could throw these out. I'm hoping, I was hoping that right as he would come out would blow him up, but sadly, not quite. So I was just waiting for him to come out and then blow him up. We do not have quite a bit of land because, and I jumped off the cliff. So this is a big problem about this map and a big problem with me, but yeah, you can just go in. I want to show, well, as you can see against the first guy, I could pretty much kill the opponent pretty easily. You know, it's an okay weapon, has okay range. It is just decent at everything, so of course I had to keep going over that. It does shoot pretty much straight forward, so that's a really, really nice thing about it. It shoots almost straight. Not exactly, but you know, it shoots very straight compared to a lot of the other weapons. Not quite the level of a sniper, but if you want a weapon that doesn't just spaz all about, like the splatter shot or some of these other weapons, then this will just be nice. Let's just throw this thing out. Now, a big problem that you did see right there is that this actually does come out very slowly, these suction bombs. So, if you are trying to kill the opponent with them, it actually won't work most of the time. I should probably go over that. I wanted to use it. Nah, too bad. I wanted to use it to kill him, but yeah, it didn't. Also, you just saw right there, this weapon doesn't have the most range. It is pretty close range. It's not quite melee. It's not as melee as a lot of the other weapons. Shoot that guy. Now let's just get over here. But, you know, it's still pretty melee for the type of weapon that it is. Now, the nice thing about having 2 AFKs, though, is that I'll just get a ton of points. Unless I just keep dying. But, yeah, as you can see, 3v4, I mean, 2v3, not the best. Especially with Felipe. But, you just gotta keep going. Now, in this weapon, in ranked, what you'll want to focus on is just getting a lot of the points. And getting the area around the points. You don't really want to focus way too much on killing, because it just isn't quite a killing weapon. I just want to get that area right there. Yeah, this guy's just gonna keep camping me right there. I don't even know where to go. There's nothing to do. I'm just gonna die. See if I can get like anything though. Kill that guy. Once you do have the opportunity to kill people, it's not way too bad. And yeah, you just get a lot of stuff on the ground. This was a pretty weird example. So if you do get in the 2 versus 3 situation or 2v4, then my advice to you: quit. Don't try to play with those same people again. You can get a lot of points though. As you can see with this weapon, even with dying so much, even with playing in this whatever matchup thing, you know, I still did pretty well. As far as points go, didn't win, but now I can just throw these out, get a ton of points. There we go. At the last few seconds, you can throw this out, get a lot of points. That will just get you a lot of points. You can throw those right on your little objective. As you can see, I was on the top. This is a okay weapon, one of the stronger ones in the game. But if you do happen to get in place of a 2 versus 3, then that's too bad. You should probably go with tenacity all the time with this weapon though, because you will be able to just, you know, kill the opponent. You'll be able to get the extra percent stats. But yeah, it's a pretty okay weapon. I would recommend you use it. It's one of the better new DLC weapons, a lot better than the Splat and the paint roller. But if you guys enjoy, make sure to like, comment, subscribe. Tell me what weapon you want next week. And